So I thought I'd do a video about how you first look at electronics equipment. So this is it's a 2.1 channel amplifier kit. So it's quite big. It's got quite a lot of components in it. Let's get it out. Okay. And they went rolling. So, when you get a kit, first thing you want to do is try and work out what the bits are. Obviously, well, this is obviously the circuit board. It's dual-sided, and it's screen printed. And it's got the component values and things marked on it, and you can tell which components go where by which shape they are. For example, this thing goes in here. I won't bore you too much with the details of these things, but obviously the hash bit relates to the negative side, so the negative pin, which is marked by this white stripe, goes in that way, so it goes in like that. And there's another one that goes next to it. That's there. So we can put those to one side. Oh, there's also a second PCB. Now, because this is an amplifier, this is the board which will take the knobs, the controls to control the volume, etc. So this would fit into a case, and this would fit on the front. That's why they're separate. So you can like fix them separately, and then the knobs. Well, we'll find the knobs. Well, there's the knobs, and like they would fit on the dials on the front there as on a case. So we've got three knobs. So I said it's 2.1. So I don't know what the knobs actually do, but I know there must be a volume, and there must be some bass control. There's also a massive heatsink, and I believe that this will fit on the back like this. So this thing goes where you want, and but the board like fits like that. And the heatsink comes. Or is it on the wrong side? Okay. So just to jump ahead a little bit, because I recognise some of the symbols on the board. Obviously, there's more of these like circles with hash bits, and they're all capacitors. But these bits here, these are where the power transistors go for to provide the power for the amplifier. And you can see that there's some holes in the board there. And if you look at the heatsink, you can see there's some little like machining there and there, and that will line up with those holes there at the back, and those other holes, the power transistors will like go through there. Screwing. Let's get rid of the heatsink. There's also a photo input connector, which probably goes here, I think. Yeah, I reckon it goes here. But you can sometimes look and see where something's and they're labelled with like codes, and you can look them up as well if you don't actually know what they are. Also in the pack that I opened, there was like, well, I don't know why some things were in that packet and some weren't, but I think those were probably supposed to be in there, but they just didn't make it when the packaging. But there are these three little round plastic things, and these three little bits of tape. What the hell's that for? No, I looked up, and the bits of tape go on there. I can pick that one up. And then the transistors, the power transistors, press against those things, and these little like plastic things go on the front of them when you for fixtures, when you screw the things to the heatsink. Go with those. Let's open this other package. I think actually it didn't come packaged this way. I think I might have been into it before and looked at the components and sorted them and just didn't package them correctly again. So now this is the main lot of components. That's a lot of mess. So it's helpful to try to sort through these things. So obviously we've got the big green ones. These are the potentiometers, the knobs, which will fit onto this plate. As you can see, these have got 6 pins, and these have got 6 holes, and they fit in. Well, they might not be accurate at the moment. You might have to bend the pins a little bit to get them to go in. As you can see, that one's a little bit damaged in transit. Be careful you don't apply too much pressure, like I just did. And yes, well, there's 2 of those on the board, and then there's another one at the end, but that one's only got 3 pins, and that one's quite bent as well. That one goes in the end. And also on this board, you can see, just to explain, you've got these like round circles, and they've got 22K in them. So that's one of these resistors. This one actually, which is labelled 22K, which is convenient. And there's some other resistors here. 560. And if we look on the main board, there's 560 on there somewhere. I can see 560 there. So there's a couple that go there, and there'll be others. So let's separate out all the resistors, because we know what they look like and where they go. So what other components we've got here? Well, we've got these. These are the 3 power transistors, and these are the ones that fit on the heatsink. So these ones will, if I can get the plastic lined up. So these will go. That's difficult. These will line up with the plastic there, and the little white plastic cap will go in the hole on the thing like that. And then this must be screws somewhere. Oh, is there no fixtures in this one? Oh well, okay. There's no screws, but you need a screw to go through from the back. Not through that because that screws it to the board, but through the hole from the back there to screw the transistor thing. And this little plastic thing is actually a kind of heat transfer thing, and the plastic grommet is just there to prevent like damage. Yeah? Those are the power transistors. We've got more capacitors. Lots more capacitors. Electrolytic capacitors, and these are the ones that go in the circles with the hash side. And you can see they've all got a white band on the side. They've also got the number printed on them. So that one was 22 microfarads. So if you look on the board here, says there, just above the symbol, 22 microfarads. Is that in focus? Okay, 22 microfarads. So that's those worked out. There's all these blue bits. These are obviously like wire connectors, and we can see there are various ports on the board. These obviously go here, like this. There's a 3-1 there, and there's another 2-1 there. It's just something that's interesting about these things. These two are quite close together. Remove those. These two are quite close together, but these things often have a little slot and groove, so you can like slide them together like that. So now one unit, which is it gives extra stability when things are on the board when you're connecting. Okay. Next, all these yellow bits. These are all capacitors as well. And these have all got a number written on them. Maybe probably difficult to see this. It has the number 104 written on it. I don't know if it's possible to. I can get the camera to focus on it with my fingers in the way. Is he 104? I don't know. They might be all 104, but you have to check because some of them might not be. Anyway, on the board, these go in these ellipse shapes here, like that. It says 104, 104, 104, 104. And there's another one there that says 224, so there must be a 224 in there somewhere. And there is, yeah, I found it now. That's a 224. There may be others. What else have we got? These resistors out of the way. Okay, so we've got some more resistors here. So power resistors. Big chunky dudes. They can take a lot of power. They must be obviously related to the power transistors, because like a lot of heat will be generated for the power. So they're also resistors. And if we look on the board, there are obvious locations where they'll go. I can see one there, 10R. There's one there. So one goes in there. There's another one there, and another one there. So that's those three. So we know where they go. What else we got? A header. Another header will come back to those. An LED. This is obviously a power on LED. Now, can we find the symbol on the board where LED is? Or is it on the front panel? It's not on this panel. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's not the traditional symbol for LED, but it's got the positive mark, so you know which way around it goes. But, usually the longer lead is a positive, but always check it with a battery, a coin cell. Positive, yeah, so it's the right way around. So we're going there. And then we're left with one more. So, and we're left with a bunch of diodes. And the symbol for diode is, if I can see it on the board at all. Oh, it's here. It's this bank here. And obviously they go in, as you can see there's a line on the board, so they go in with the line on that side. I would hazard to guess that they would probably feel like rectification, but who knows. Anyway, and then there was these like little plastic bits here, and these are connectors. So on this board, one of these goes in here. Well, not that way around. It goes that way around because match the screen print. And then there's another two on here. Where are they? Oh, they're at the bottom. So the 3-pin one goes there. The other way around. The 2-pin one. And then there's some connector wires here. Actually, there's another connector. I just discovered. Oh, no, that's the same one. there's a connector wire here, which goes between these two boards. So actually, they don't provide connector wires for these. It says power, and this one says audio in. I don't know. We have to work that out. But yes, there's a big pin for that one, and there's a big pin for this one. Should go in here. Yeah, probably in the middle there. And then that connects the main board to the front panel connector. Anyway, so we've looked at all the parts, and we've got an idea of like what all the bits are and where they roughly go. And the only thing we haven't done, and I'm not going to do that because it's boring as hell, is to go through all the parts and make sure we've got all the parts for all holes. Yeah, unfortunately with this kit, these numbers are labelled. Unless that was my own. Oh, actually, that might be my own handwriting. So I probably looked at these for and checked the value of these with a multimeter, because like it's quite hard to read the colours and work it out, to be honest. And then like make sure you've got all the bits and pieces you need. It's useful to start off doing that, and then you can start putting it together. And but that's for another time. Everyone's seen loads of videos, people putting electronic computers. But that's for another time. Everyone's seen people put electronic circuits together. This was just like how you look through the bits and like work out what goes where.